folks. We wanted to start today with an apology. We are so sorry for what happened with episode 9. So we didn't want to go on with our normal show without addressing that and taking a moment to talk about it.
You know, I don't think when we were filming it we had any idea how it was going to come across or how offensive it would be, or we would never have done it.
Right. I mean, it would just took us by surprise, and we're so sorry. We apologize to the entire west coast of Norway. We didn't realize what would happen, what it would cause. We feel just sick about it.
We also want to apologize to anybody who glimpsed it while it was up. It wasn't up very long, but if you did see it, sincerely from the bottom of our hearts, we are so sorry.
We've taken the video down, and we won't be putting it back up. We take full responsibility for what we said and what it caused.
You know, I think all we can do now is know that we didn't mean it the way it came across. We will do better next time. We'll be more mindful from here on out. But I think we're done talking about it in a public forum. If you have any questions about it, feel free to message us directly.
Yeah. And we've really learned from this. We've learned a lot. We've learned about our limits, and we hope that you'll stick with us and that we can just move on.
Sorry, guys. It's the most wonderful time of the year. Yes. Halloween is upon us, and we're dressed up. Mario, our man behind the camera. I'm you. It's a Mario.
Mario!
What are you?
I'm Autumn. I'm Autumn.
I love it. I love it so much. Are you feeling autumny and Halloweeny? Watching any spooky movies?
Yes. I love this time of year. I love Halloween. It's one of my favorite times. I love autumn. I just love everything about it.
Clearly.
Yeah.
What have you watched recently?
Well, I have, so I watched Midsummer.
I made him do this.
Yes, she told me that I needed to watch Midsummer, and it was so good. So tell us about it. Tell me.
Well, I'm glad that you say it's good, because I've had a few people watch it at this point. I was a little late to the game. I saw it a few months ago, and then I immediately called my mom and I was like, you and Grandma have to watch this, it's so great. And then she did, and I'm pretty sure after she watched it she was like, are you okay? You know, I don't know how much, I mean, spoiler alert, it's been out forever, right? But I love the end. I love that main character, the girl. I love her journey from experiencing all of this loss to finding her way, as twisted as it is, and her place in her new family and her new community. And I think also when I watched it, I was kind of like in a man-hater mode, so I like that she like burned the ex-boyfriend down.
That sounds fun.
Except for you.
She hated me. Terrible.
What did you take away from it?
I love ritual, you know, and I loved seeing that element be brought into it, and
That's satisfying.
Yeah, it was really cool to watch, and it's by the same person as Hereditary. Is that right?
Mm-hmm. Did you see that?
I saw Hereditary a while ago. My kids made me watch it. They really love it, and with that one, I was like, meh.
That's how I felt too. And when you ask people which one they like better, they say, oh, Midsummer and Hereditary, but I felt the opposite.
Yeah. Hereditary for me, I was just kind of...
I like how they're filmed though. I think they're both beautifully filmed.
Yeah.
Midsummer, it's so creepy how it's light all the time. That adds in its own element of creepiness, and it's just beautiful to look at, but disturbing, a lot of really disturbing imagery, so
yeah,
you've been
really
warned.
Disturbing stuff, and My favorite Halloween movie is by the same, I don't know if it's the production company, but it's A24. Yeah, and my favorite Halloween movie is from that same production company. It's Robert Eggers' The Witch.
I hadn't heard about this until you told me about it, and I watched this one. I don't even know if it was a year ago, maybe not even, but that again was so beautiful, and what a master class in acting, the accents, the way it looks.
Yeah, I mean, everything about that film for me, the acting, the writing is so good. The research they did on the period, it's so great, and I love the way that it is just based on like the old sort of English and early American witch folklore. I love it. Even the way that you get a glimpse of the witch, and like even that, you know, like it looks like that sort of witch that we've created over the years, and yet it's so scary, so well acted, and it's also beautiful.
It's beautiful.
So beautifully shot. I just love that film. It's one of my it's my favorite Halloween film now.
I think that's what I like when it comes to horror films. It has to be beautiful or sad. It has to have those elements rather than just like a slasher or a gross film. Like, I'm not into that, but I love a beautiful, spooky story. Speaking of The Haunting of Hill House and The Haunting of Bly Manor, we both love Haunting of Hill House.
I love it. I love it so much.
Don't you feel that that is one of the most perfect series? It's just perfect.
Yeah. It's so surprising, like you watch it, and by the end of it, the journey that you've taken. And again, with that one, I love the writing, I love the acting, and it's beautifully shot. You know, I mean, the episode that takes place in the funeral at the funeral is so, I just love the way that is composed and put together.
So I was reading about that, similar to, 1927, that looks like it's a continuous take, so you're trying to keep an eye out and saying, where are the cuts? And I recently watched episode 6, again, for the third time, and I can count maybe 2 or 3 cuts. So I had to read about it, because I know there had to be more.
For sure, yeah.
And I think in total there were 5. Which is still really impressive.
Yeah.
But another really cool thing about that is they only had 3 takes. They shot the whole thing 3 times. They had a dolly that had a broken wheel, and it was about to be done. It wasn't supposed to move on carpet, they said, and it got some fibers all stuck in the wheel, so they couldn't move it. And right after they finished that 3rd take, it broke. And they said they wouldn't have been able to pick that back up, so they got it right in time and used their 3rd and final take.
That is awesome.
It's so cool.
I love it. I love that film. I think that, now, I've only just started Haunting of Bly Manor, but you've seen it. You've watched it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I binged it right away. It's, again, really beautiful and sad, as is to be expected, but it didn't have the same impact for me that Haunting of Hill House did.
Right.
I don't know. I'm curious to see what you think when you finish it. I don't want to say too much because I know you're not done. How far into it are you?
I'm just 3 episodes in, and I'm enjoying it. I really like that they used some of the same actors. Mm-hmm. I love shows that do that. So I love that about it. But I have to say, so far, it hasn't grabbed me the way Hill House did, you know? Like, I was, like, the end of the first episode of Haunting of Hill House, like, I was in.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I was like, oh, that was great.
Yeah.
You know, I loved it. Yeah, and it hasn't done that to me yet, but I've enjoyed it, you know, so we'll see.
I bet that's how you will kind of feel throughout, but maybe not. Some friends of mine liked it even more. So we'll see. What about cute stuff? Like you were talking about Charlie Brown.
Charlie Brown. It's the Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown. Like, so I watch It's the Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown every year. I love it. I do the same thing at Christmas with, you know, the Charlie Brown Christmas, right? I love those. And have you noticed that everybody's been like, where's the Great Pumpkin? Where is it? Nobody can find it.
Where is it?
Watch it, right? I've heard that it's going to air on television, like on I don't remember the date now, but yeah, you can't find it. Apparently, Apple bought it, and so now you can watch it I found on Apple TV, and so it's there, and I have it ready to go. I haven't set. I think I'm going to do it tomorrow. But yeah, that's how you have to do it now.
So if you want to watch it, what he's saying is go to his house.
Absolutely.
So we'll just post your address, phone number, personal details in the comments, and then people can just show up.
Yep, you can show up anytime. There is a cover charge. Cover charge.
How much? For the low price of?
Well, you just we'll negotiate at the door. It'll be based on your shoes. It'll be based on your shoes. Or if you can throw a football, right? If you can throw a football, right?
Then you're in. You don't pay.
And we'll do like the whole. I will hold. No. It'll be kick a football because it's Charlie Brown.
Yeah.
I'll hold it. You run and kick the ball. If you can kick it far enough, you're in.
Dang, I'm there.
Okay. We were trying to come up with, good things to talk about for this episode. Halloween, we both love Halloween, but this is a COVID Halloween, right? So we thought, we should use our platform to do a public service. So this next segment is a sort of public service announcement with, I can't speak to it.
Use your words. I think I say that once an episode.
Once an episode. Use your words.
Use your words.
We wanted to take this opportunity to give some ideas. What do you give to kids during a pandemic for Halloween?
Luckily, we're creative, and we've got you covered. Okay, so why don't you tell me what you've got? What's your first one?
Okay, so my first one is piety popcorn and fear nuts. And this is lovely because it's kind of a party mix, right? And if you add a little social media, righteous, gooey caramel, you can make popcorn balls, right? And this is great for the kids because you can teach them early to be sort of mindlessly righteous whenever bad things happen. So I love this one.
Yours are going to be so much better than mine. Unfriended. Well, first of all, I wanted to talk about a meme I saw with this new mask called the snack mask. It's shaped so that you can put your snacks in the front. And I think that we all need to snag one of these first so that while you're out Halloween, you can be munching your candy while staying safe. So the first one that I thought you could give out is if you rinse out and save your old hand sanitizer bottles, it might be nice to melt down the chocolate, put it in there, and then you've got a little drink to shoot throughout the day.
That's a great
Cute,
idea.
Right? Just make sure you really scrub and disinfect your hand sanitizer bottles.
Which is easy because it was literally filled with hand sanitizer. I love it.
That's what I got you.
Is that right? I can't wait. Okay, so my next one, the good folks at Baby Bottle Pops have come up with a syringe of candy vaccine.
What kind of a vaccine?
It's still being tested.
The fantasy Rona vaccine?
Tested right now, but yeah, it's a syringe. Look at Mario's face.
Can you just imagine going to somebody's door and this is what they have? Like they have it in a bowl left out, but it's labeled.
Candy
I would
syringes.
love it so much.
Be amazing.
All of these.
Yeah.
That's brilliant. Okay, so you remember the candy necklaces?
Yeah.
So instead of a candy necklace, how about a candy hazmat suit?
So you're going to have your mask, your
snack mask.
Your snack mask with your candy hazmat suit.
Yeah.
I love it.
Cute and tasty.
Perfect. Also very useful.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Mm-hmm. Good. All right. My next one, Halloween, whenever we have an election, Halloween is just right before it, so it's a great time to get you prepared for the election. So I thought that you could hand out election candy corn. You don't like it, but you know you're gonna eat it.
I have a candy corn one coming up too. Okay, how about candy to resemble toilet paper, maybe made from marshmallows.
Marshmallow toilet paper.
Cute.
Beautiful.
Thanks.
Awesome. And then it turns color if you roast it.
Brilliant.
That was terrible, Deena. That was terrible. Here, hold on.
Oh, it's time for some autumn leaves to fall.
Yeah, yeah. When the last leaf falls, the episode is over.
That's when you'll know.
That's when.
We'll just drop one.
These get darker, by the way.
I would expect nothing less.
Wait, is it my turn?
Yeah, it's your turn.
Okay, all right. My turn is. So these two go together, I think. They're brands that have individually wrapped goodies, which I think is important for a pandemic to have them individually wrapped, right? It's safer that way. And so the brands that are doing this are Little Deadbees, oatmeal cream pies, and Don't Kill Grandma's chocolate chip cookies.
Oh my gosh. Do you write for Saturday Night Live or something?
No, I'm going to get in trouble though, I'm sure.
Okay, we might get a few unfriendings, but...
You might.
Okay, edible gloves. So you can...
You have is
What?
something that you wear and eat.
What does that say about me?
I don't know.
Edible
cravings?
gloves to keep your hands protected and your tummy full. So maybe you're not in the mood for something sweet after all of these and you want something a little more savory, so I suggest that they are made out of tortillas.
Tortilla gloves, coming from the woman who eats burritos every time
Every meal.
Every time that I visit with Deena, we eat burritos. That is perfect. Are these soft flour tortillas?
That's what I'm picturing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. That's how it has to
And like beautifully handcrafted.
Of course.
Yeah.
Naturally.
Right.
Naturally.
Dip your finger in a bean and just... Mario liked that one.
Mario has just been shaking his head this whole segment. Okay. All right. This one is the grossest one that I came up with.
Yes.
As pandemic candy, and it was just the idea that a pandemic is gross, right? So this one is Mr. Goodbar.
What?
That's it. I hate them. They're so sick.
I just had one last night.
And you like
I do like it. What is not to like? Chocolate and nuts? What is your problem? Why? What is it about
They're
it?
so gross. They're like the kind of candy that you would make if you were in a plague.
No. That's more like a Three Musketeers.
Oh, for the love.
Do you like a Three Musketeers?
It's nougaty goodness.
I don't even know anyone
It's
who
nougaty
eats a Three
goodness.
Musketeers. I feel like when you go trick-or-treating, those are the ones you take out and like pass
No,
on. 'cause
that's
you're
the
like,
Mr. Goodbar. It's so disgusting.
well, if we trick-or-treat together, then that will be a nice
And we
exchange.
trade.
Then we'll do a trade. Okay.
Capitalism.
Zoom call candy. So mini computer-shaped candies, little gummies, but beware because some are failed Zoom calls and they taste terrible.
These are computer-shaped candies. Nice. I like that. All right. My next one is Black Death Licorice. Brought to you by the good folks at Remember the Good Old Plagues.
Black licorice. I'm on my last one. You like black licorice?
I love black licorice.
You and your nougat and your black licorice. Okay, my last one is candy corn because it's indestructible. It will last through a pandemic and beyond.
That's true. Candy corn is the candy you can use next year.
Yeah, and every year after that.
Every year after that. It's so true. I love it. All right, my last one is unflavored candy bars. Because if you get COVID, you can't taste anything. And so, it's like, Daddy, I can't taste it. And Daddy says, that's okay, honey, that's how it's supposed to be.
That was my favorite one. We have to end there. We can't top it.
Okay, hold on.
Oh, wait. Okay, these are my favorite segments. I love to just bust these out and take Javen by surprise. It's a little quick Q&A, kind of would you rather, just a bunch of random questions I'm going to throw at you, and I don't want you to take too long to think of it. Just blurt out whatever comes.
All right.
These are my favorite.
I'm ready.
Okay. What is the dumbest way you've ever been injured?
Well, my torso is detached from my legs right now. So that happened.
It was an autumn accident?
Apparently I run too much, and that's how that happened according to my doctor. And that has been a trial.
What is something our audience would never guess about you, besides that your torso is detached from your legs right now?
And besides that, I'm Autumn.
Yeah.
I love Godzilla.
Oh, it's true. This is a true story. He has Godzilla action figures. We watched a Godzilla. We showed Charlie Godzilla.
It surprises people, but I've loved Godzilla since I was a tiny child.
What accent was that? Was that the same kid that asked for the no flavor candy
No,
bar?
that was much more of a Great Gatsby.
Okay, I feel like you will love this one. What's something that people think makes them look cool, but actually makes them look ridiculous?
Oh, heavens. Something that made... There's so many things that people think make them look cool. We talked about trucker hats last time.
Yeah, big hate for those. That's the Mr. Goodbar of hats for you.
It really is. Things that things that people think make them look cool. Yeah, that's a little too political.
Okay, we can. Yeah. Okay.
You know, like,
we probably can't. Not safe for on screen.
How about this? A college degree. I have 2, by the way.
You're gonna get unfriended again.
No, but you get to a certain age and you're like, wow, so much of what they taught was so wrong.
Okay, funniest name you can think of for a pet?
My fish's name is Preacher. I love that. Funniest name.
That's cute and cool, though.
I know. I know.
I know.
Doggo.
For a dog.
Yeah, waiting for Doggo.
Okay,
Come up with a stupid one.
Is a hot dog a sandwich? Why or why not?
It is a sandwich because it is between 2 pieces of bread.
Did you know that I have never tasted a hot dog in my life? And I never will.
This reminds me. Can we pause for a moment here?
Yeah.
Because we didn't get
Not
to
for
do
real,
this
Mario.
last time. No, yeah, not for real. We didn't get to do this last time, but so a couple months ago, Deena invited me to be on her show, right? ABC4's Good Things Utah.
Here we go.
Yeah, she didn't know I was going to do this. I didn't know I was going to do this in the middle of her segment. Deena, I made my steak salad, which everyone who has tasted says is amazing, right? And it is amazing.
Wait, the full name, please?
Blueberries and Sadness Steak Salad.
There it is.
Yeah. And I made this on Good Things Utah. And Deena said, who had not tasted steak for some 15 years?
Or like 25, or it's nuts, yeah.
Something crazy like that. Was going to taste steak for the first time when I was on there, because we're great friends. We're great friends.
I promised you.
Yeah.
I did, I promised.
This was like a friend thing. We exchanged like blood in our fingers and everything.
We did.
Right? Yeah, totally. And she didn't do it. And I was like, Deena didn't do it. Oh, well, you know, that's fine. It was her idea anyway. It wasn't mine.
I chickened out at the last minute.
Yeah, she chickened out. And it wasn't even chicken. And a couple of months later, I don't know how long later it was, but there's Deena posting a segment from her show, and in the segment, Deena is tasting steak for the first time. On the same show. With some random woman. Who's this bitch?
You know, all I can say.
I know she's not really.
All I can say is, I'm sorry. And now that I've done it, then I think I would try it again. So I'll make sure yours is the second one I try.
Oh, that's great. That's great. That's great. NBD, Deena Marie. NBFN.
He's been keeping that. He's been sitting on that one for a while.
Yeah. So let's go back to
Sorry,
your segment.
I'm sorry I steak cheated, but I'll have a bite with you now. It just took me a couple more months to work up the courage.
Not the same.
25 years is a long time.
It's not the
It's a
same.
long time.
Is 25 years a long time?
You know.
What'd you say?
All right, you know what? Let's move on.
Okay.
This was for you. Okay.
All right.
So
I ruined your segment. I'm sorry.
I think the people enjoyed that tidbit about our friendship. I think that was important for the audience to know. All right, what animal would be the most terrifying if it could speak?
Giraffe.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, for sure.
What do you
Can
think
imagine?
its voice would sound like?
I mean, it would sound like a didgeridoo coming out of that thing. And it would spew didgeridoo wisdom that none of us are ready to hear.
Didgeridoo Wisdom is my band name. This is a good one. Would you rather have skin that changes color depending on your emotions or tattoos all over your body depicting what you did yesterday?
I'll take the. I think I've said this on our show before. I'll take the skin.
I will take the skin,
I'll take the
100%.
skin, for sure.
Okay, last one. What's something weird you recommend everyone tries at least once?
Do I do anything weird? I'm so boring.
That's not true. He just doesn't reveal a lot on camera. That is not true.
I'm very boring. Something weird everybody should try one time. Voting?
There you have it, folks.
Try it this
That's his
time.
answer.
So I'm being a good citizen. This has been such an odd episode. It began with an apology, and now I'll end with an apology. No, I won't.
Do you think people will be watching this episode and be like, are they okay? Are they on drugs?
But we went through we went through a difficult thing in September, and then we're finally back here, and we're still in the pandemic, still pushing forward. It's cantankerous times with the election going on. There's a lot, and I think that when people analyze this episode, like in universities in the future, the distant future, they'll be like, they were clearly under a lot of stress.
Yeah, this is the effect of the pandemic. Like, they will study this
They will.
to see the change, over the last few months that we've been doing the show in the pandemic.
Yeah.
This is the make or break episode, I think. People are either going to be like, unsubscribe, or they will be like, share to everyone I know. They're brilliant.
Well, that goes without saying. I mean, you think back in the good old days, like, in March or maybe May, how bright and chewy, I just said chewy.
Use your words.
Yeah, and it just feels heavy. Maybe it's your costume.
It might be. It's very serious. Mario goes through a lot. A lot.
He does.
Yeah, think about it.
He does. All right, well, we're going to end with our bits of beauty, and because it is October, because it is Halloween, we're going to end with some sort of spookier bits of beauty. Mine is from one of my favorite poets, John Keats. It's from his poem To Sleep, and I'll just read the end of the poem. Then save me, or the passed day will shine upon my pillow, breeding many woes. Save me from curious conscience that still lords its strength for darkness, burrowing like a mole. Turn the key deftly in the oiled wards and seal the hushed casket of my soul.
Dang, that's beautiful and dark. So it fits perfectly. My poem is similar, not quite so dark, but it's an October-related poem, A Vagabond Song by Bliss Carman. There is something in the autumn that is native to my blood, touch of manner, hint of mood, and my heart is like a rhyme, with the yellow and the purple and the crimson keeping time. The scarlet of the maples can shake me like a cry of bugles going by, and my lonely spirit thrills to see the frosty asters like a smoke upon the hills. There is something in October sets the gypsy blood astir. We must rise and follow her, when from every hill of flame she calls and calls each vagabond by name.
Yeah, I love that. That's awesome. Goodbye, folks. Happy Halloween.
And also, one day, when there's more performances, we'll get back to that, to talking about what's going around, in town.
Yeah.
But right now, we just wanted to bring a little joy from the Deena and Javen Variety Hour.
Yeah, the Deena and Javen Variety Hour.
We love you guys. Thanks for watching.
Happy Halloween.